Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin. It's a Friday morning. Wheeler and Lekter here at the start. What are you doing? He's going to sit down. I'm going to turn on his mic so he can work his mic over to his mouth. He's going to sit down. He looks a little annoyed. That's okay, though. It's Friday morning.
Didn't shock me.
It didn't shock you. Well, it's not that cold out right now. It's only minus 22.9 according to our computer.
Yeah, but I shuffled the whole way.
Did you shuffle the whole
Shuffled.
way? Are you still not feeling well?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Oh, good.
Not 100%.
Not 100%?
No.
90%. 80.
Yeah. 85.
85.
Yeah.
85.2.
Yeah.
85.2%. Well, that's pretty good for a Friday. I think we can get things started off really well for people's weekend. Don't really have a weekend.
Yeah, we know.
I know. That's kind of how it goes. Some pretty cool stuff has happened in the last couple of days. I don't know how much of it we can tell people. I shouldn't even mention how many cool things have happened in the last 24 hours.
Okay, well, let's not talk about it.
Okay. So nothing cool has happened in the last 24 hours. For the next 2 hours, nothing interesting will happen. So, par for the course on the morning show. We're having a good time. There is a new tattoo shop in town, though. I will mention that. Let's talk about that.
You ruined the whole morning.
I haven't.
You just said an exciting thing.
I'm sorry. This morning, I got up at like an hour before I usually do.
Okay, that's not exciting.
I let the dog out.
Okay.
Fed her.
Back on track here.
Pet her, pet her a bit and said good morning and gave her a little boop on the snoot. And well, here we are.
And she peed on the floor?
No, she didn't pee on the floor.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler and Lekter with you on your Friday morning. Coming up tonight, is it almost sold out or is it sold out?
Art Battle?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Last I saw, it was almost sold out.
Well, why'd you do that?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What?
Art Battle, Yellowknife, tonight.
What's going on?
Nothing. It's tonight at the top night. It starts at 9. It sounds like it's almost sold out. I don't know yet. I checked on Eventbrite, and the site wouldn't load. So here we are.
Well, why don't we bring in the tonight's host?
Tonight's host?
Yeah.
Do we have him here?
He's just in the other room.
Special guest, AJ Goodwin, host of tonight's Art Battle. He's going to be there tonight. Here he comes. He's going to sit on down.
Tell
us everything you know about the Art Battle tonight.
There will be 2 rounds.
Yes.
Ding, ding.
5
ding, ding.
painters each.
Let's get ready to create.
I've actually attempted to do it that way. I did it last year.
Is the third round just like the art supplies go out the window and everybody just throws down?
Almost.
Okay.
Emily Chant basically did that in the first round. She took the canvas, put it on the ground, and just splashed paint everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, she made it a big mess. But
Very nice. I like that.
Which is why she was kicked out of town.
She's
right.
not coming this year. Tell you that much.
Longer welcome. This
kidding,
sounds
Emily,
like
we love you.
This sounds like a lot of fun. Apparently, I can't go because it's sold out. So,
Is it sold out? Do you know?
I think it's almost sold out. There will be some tickets at the door.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Nice.
But they're pretty
They
they're pretty
expect
close
it to
capacity.
sell out. We'll
Yeah.
put it that way.
No,
Okay.
it sounds like it's going to be a great time.
So get in touch right now.
Huh?
Get in touch.
What?
Get your ticket.
I don't know.
Don't take a chance at the door.
All right.
Okay, go take a chance at the door. What do I care?
I don't know. I'm really
Take the
tired.
risk.
I'm tired,
You're tired.
So long.
Yeah, Art Battle sounds like a lot of work.
It does.
Yeah.
You got to be there. You got to be engaged. You got to talk to people about what they like about art.
Oh,
It's
right.
like,
Yeah, you
this
gotta
looks
talk
like
to
a
people.
Klimt painting. It's like, who cares?
A what painting?
Klimt.
Klimt.
Gustav Klimt.
Ah, I see. This
think
is
that's
why
his
I'm underqualified to MC an art battle.
I picked that name out of my butt. Art Battle, Yellowknife. No, this is Maddie Tetreault. Is she she's organizing it?
Organizing it, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first year that they've actually been associated with Art Battle,
Right.
which is across Canada.
Because the last one
Okay.
they did was just kind of their thing, right?
Yeah,
They
it
kind
was
of
like asterisk
infringed
Art
on
Battle.
trademarks.
Yeah.
and
I believe there was another term that they used to avoid the copyright.
That's right,
infringement,
Art Off.
which
They
I
did Art
ignored.
Off. Yes, right, and you called it Art Battle anyway.
Yes,
Welcome
I
to
did.
Art Battle, and they're like, shh.
Actually, I even asked the crowd, I said, is there anyone here from Art Battle? No one raised their hand. I went, well, guess it's Yellowknife Art Battle.
Yay!
So this is your second time hosting.
This is my second time. yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun the first time, actually. lot of fun.
And is this so I've been saying this is the second one that's happened in Yellowknife. Is that true, or I've been sounding like an idiot?
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
It's the second art battle
I mean,
in general. The first
Yeah,
official.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
So you're becoming quite the little MC.
That's right.
These
Yeah.
days.
It's a lot of fun.
MC in demand.
I like
MCAJ.
Yeah, MCAJ, yeah.
Yeah.
2 different abbreviations.
Do you have an MC, a cool MC name for yourself?
MCAJ now.
bad.
Yeah.
MCAJ. Go with that one. That's all
But if
right.
I'm going to choose, that's
right.
the one.
That's the one.
MCAJ.
Sweet.
All right.
Right on.
There it is.
I don't know. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We keep saying that.
It is, yeah. They play music the whole time.
They play music the whole time?
Yeah,
Doesn't
DJ
that
Foxanne is coming back up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of like change what the art would be? Like if you played like a dirge from the mid 17th century, maybe that would change how they
I have no idea.
painted.
Man. I took an art class when I was like 12 years old for an hour.
Did it go well?
No.
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 No. I peed my pants and I
Yeah.
fled.
It's been in a box in my parents' garage for like
But they kept
a long time.
They kept it though.
They
That's
say
really
it's in a box
sweet.
in the garage.
That's really sweet.
They say
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, much
I
like
disagree.
the dog you had when you were young is at a farm. Your painting's in a box. We saved it. We love everything you did.
We drove by the farm. What are you talking about?
We just drove by. He didn't come out and see you because he was too busy digging a hole
He was busy having fun.
for himself.
So you're going to continue hosting from this point. No plans to take part in the battle.
No.
This
Well, what do you have to do to take part? Like, do you have to send in
Anyone.
a qualifying offer? Like,
No, I think anyone can sign up.
well, why? See, I could have just put that
I've
in.
seen
Next
your
time,
art. Yeah.
next time, I'm going to
Next
throw
time,
that
yeah.
throw that on the table and be like, I'm in.
I think it's still under debate as to whether that actually won, though.
There's no debate. It won.
I've
Roxanne
listened-
and Maddie both said it won. So
I've
it
listened
won.
back to that segment
You
a few
son of
times,
a-
and there's a lot of hesitation.
There
in
really
boys.
is no hesitation whatsoever.
There's a lot of
There is not.
I feel like your enthusiasm and your impending rage, if they were to crown Ollie the victor,
Jesus.
they felt that.
Why is that always the thing?
He definitely won the People's Choice Award.
Don't make Jesse angry.
There was also a talk about disqualifying you because you used a pencil, as I recall.
No, it was a pen. It was a
pen.
Sharpie.
Yeah.
A pen?
See, you don't even know what you're talking about. You just proved it. So
You weren't even there,
you
man.
weren't even there, man.
It's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I wasn't.
That's right. You
All
were.
right.
Where were you? Was that when you
Oh,
were
I
still
don't
in holidays?
Yeah, we were still on our trip. Yeah,
That's right. When
Yeah.
was that? Was it? I can't remember when it was now.
April.
A while ago.
I'd say
May?
this time last year, if I had to take a
Has it,
stab.
been, it hasn't been a year.
Yeah, it was. Oh, no, because they were. No, because
We
we weren't
put-
on air a year ago.
I didn't even put a date on it. I didn't put a date on it.
What?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
it would have
date.
been
Nobody knows.
April, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. If you don't have tickets yet, you could take your chance at the door or go to the Eventbrite site and click on Art Battle Yellowknife. You can also find it on Facebook. It's at the top night tonight from 9 till 1 a.m. Ay, that's a long time.
And he's just talked himself out of it again.
No, that's it's. I mean, AJ's hosting, so I mean, you don't need really more of a reason to go,
That'll
true.
be interesting.
right?
There's
I think
artists,
next
yeah.
Art Battle they should paint you.
Oh.
I've pitched that.
You just stand in the middle with your gitch.
They
and-
wouldn't
and
even
your
accept
gitch.
partial nudity.
Oh, we don't want to start an art war here. All right, just keep it at an art
Not even
battle.
partial nudity. So everybody's just dressed in like robes covering every inch of their body.
I'm sure.
No,
everyone
they
looks
just
really
wear
classy.
clothes.
That's partial
Like
nudity
normal
to me.
clothes.
If I see a person's hand, I'm like, whoa,
Hey, hold on a second.
that is hot.
Get a glove on that thing.
Get a glove on that thing. No glove, no love. It's appropriate. This art battle break ended on a safe sex message.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
New tattoo shop opened up in town. It's in Cam Lake. It's going to be have the first permanent tattoo artist in YK. Like most, there's been tattoo shops, but they have visiting artists and they come and they go. This
Right.
guy's staying. Trevor Peltier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's open now.
I believe so.
Okay.
I talked to him last night. We just talked about a few things. They reached out and wanted to know if we could do a little something with them, and they were hoping for like just a little mensch, and I was like, let's do something else. Let's do something else.
Let's do something. permanent.
Exactly. So I mean, it's not. It's good. It's going to be good for them, but it's good for us as well because it's a great story because like a new tattoo shop in town. That's awesome.
Yeah.
New artist in town as well. That's great.
It's really exciting.
And I mean, it gives me an excuse to maybe get some new ink, buddy.
You need an excuse?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I guess we all kind of.
I haven't put new ink on my body since 2001.
Really?
That's right.
Do you have a tattoo?
18 years.
Have I seen your tattoo?
Upper arms, bud.
What do you
Upper
got?
arms. I don't want to tell you.
Uh-oh.
On my left arm, when I was a young girl,
Barbed wire.
When I was a young girl in college, I thought it would be very
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. I was 17. I was so young.
Got a dove.
So innocent. And
Live, laugh, love, dove.
I got a Japanese character on my upper arm.
What does it stand for?
Courage.
Courage!
Couldn't come at a worse time. And you know what? Like,
that's
picked it off the board, and obviously after that, I was like,
it's just a stock.
It's just a stock tattoo.
You didn't go in there with an idea.
Got it with, I was on a vacation. I got it, and I was just like, and my dad and I were talking about it. I was like, I want to get a tattoo. He's like, all right, let's both get one. So he got one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he got balance. I got courage, which, whatever. It's fine. I have it. It's great.
Cute.
Shut up.
Same spot?
Don't call it cute.
Why?
It's
adorable.
But I looked it up afterwards.
Yeah.
To make sure.
Oh, and it didn't.
It does.
Didn't
No, it does. It actually does. It actually does. So I'm glad about that. But obviously with a lot of concern over cultural appropriation, I feel like a white girl in college with this tattoo on me.
I wonder how many people that happens to, that they go and get a stock tattoo.
Oh, tons.
And they think, oh, I've always been really into like Japanese culture, and they maybe legit. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know where you were at that time.
I was. Yeah.
You were not into Japanese.
I mean, like it's a great culture, but it wasn't like it was my like part of my daily life where it's like I'm gonna learn something more about it. I just like this seems cool.
Right.
I'm gonna get this tattoo on my body. And I know 17-year-olds now are like way more woke and way more like with it. I'm not cool. No. I never have been.
Which that blows me away because I think
that I'm not cool.
No,
I feel like
17-year-olds are so much smarter now than
there's more access to information, and they would know that like getting a stupid Japanese symbol on your arm is probably dumb.
Yeah,
and so I have that, and I got another one on my upper right arm,
and it is.
So I was in theater school, and
oh boy,
I got the comedy and tragedy masks on my right arm.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and there's skull masks.
There's skull masks.
That's right, to the death.
Whoa,
that's right.
Okay,
that's right. So that's what I got.
What's the story behind that one? Was it just
another? I was in theater school. I was in theater school, and I'm like, I gotta put this in my butt. Don't take me seriously. Everyone was taken seriously as an artist. Well, no, I mean it's just
acting till I die.
It looked cool as well, and like I mean that was part of it. Like this is part of who I am, and this is like I've always been a performer and wanted to be a performer, and I was training to be a performer. I was super into it at the time, and I still am.
Yeah.
But so I got that on my bodice, and there it is. It remains there to this day, obviously. Okay. And that was 2001. Cut to 18 years later, I was like, screw it. Let's put something else on there. I have had a few other ideas, but like I've got an idea to turn this left one into something like a bit of something for my dad. Not that tattoos need to mean something, but I did want to put something on here for my dad. I had thought about it anyway. And then, I was thinking about maybe like on my chest, like on The Simpsons where Bart is a raven, just kind of putting that on my chest.
Oh, so you want to steal my idea. I see.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Sneaky.
You sneaky snunker.
Well, for those who don't know, I have a...
That's a great idea. I love your idea.
Well, yeah.
That's why I'm going to steal it.
A little project in mind. I never got a tattoo. Actually, my first tattoo I never got until I was, I think, 28. So, like, I feel like that's pretty late in the game to start getting tattoos. But I always knew I wanted something growing up, and I was guilty of being one of these people who, thought that, it really has to mean something to you, and you really got to consider it because this is something that's going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And that is all true. That is not something that is that you should overlook because, yeah, tattoos are permanent. Yeah, you can have them removed, but that costs money and it's painful, and I don't think anyone really wants to do that.
Yes.
So you do have to consider these things if you don't have a tattoo. But it is funny how once you get one and then you perhaps get another, and then maybe you get a third, they start to mean less and less as you go on.
I mean, they don't necessarily have to be.
And that's not a bad thing. I'm definitely not saying that's a bad thing. It's just you become yourself, you become less wrapped up in the the permanency of it.
Of course. Yeah. And I mean, I think I'd like to get there just a few other things. But I mean, for the first couple, I was like, this means something. Yeah. This is important.
All you have to do is
simple.
All you have to do is like it.
That's right. That's right. And like it's the Japanese simple thing. Obviously, you can take the piss out of that very, very easily. Yes. It's like getting your zodiacal sign tattooed on you.
Your tribal tattoo.
I'm a Pisces. There. It's just how I am. The moon's in the second house and all that. So not to take that. You know what? I was about to say not to take the piss out of people who follow that stuff, but sorry. No, that's all right.
So
I'm
anyway,
just a Gemini, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a Capricorn.
So anyway, a few years ago, I got my first one, my flying hellfish tattoo.
Love it.
Which is what I always knew I would get first when I eventually did get a tattoo.
You are not a war hero.
No, I'm not.
That is terrible.
That is. Ooh, yeah, never thought of it that way.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're a made-up branch of the American military in World War II, so I feel like it's okay.
They're a unit.
Unit,
not a branch.
Whatever. All right. And then my second one, I got while we were in Barcelona. Actually, I got
Barcelona.
Which I think I told this story about how I got it leading up to a friend's wedding. Yeah, who I eventually wasn't invited to.
Got it for their wedding. You're not invited anymore.
All right. That is a lesson to make sure that you're enthusiastic about the tattoo you're getting.
But you got it, and it's good.
I got it, and I love it, and I don't regret anything about it. That just makes it a funnier story.
That's right.
But I do have some friends who were actually part of that wedding party who got tattoos of the same theme.
Yeah.
And they don't like it.
I don't like this. But I mean,
the guy's brother actually got one on his forearm, and apparently he's kind of upset about it.
Oh no! Yeah, that's where I was.
So thinking, I mean, it can go both ways.
That's where I was thinking, maybe on my forearm.
Yeah,
because I have like really nice skin on my forearm. The rest of my body is disgusting. So it's either my face or my forearm.
Face. Oh yeah, go for a forehead.
Go
tattoo.
for a face. Yeah. Maybe put 69 up here.
So what are you getting? You're talking about getting a tattoo now.
That's right.
You're not getting Raven Bart because that's my next tattoo.
All right, fine. I got it. I'll get Bart as a fly, I guess.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's super fly. Well, I think this break's come on long enough. We'll talk about it more. We'll ramp it up a bit more because we're actually going to get in touch with them and like get this done. So we'll talk about it a bit more later.
Okay.
I have
Keep it vague. All right.
I will do.
All right.
I vague book it all day long.
Want the meat and potatoes of the morning show with none of the filler? You've got it with the Mornings at the Cabin podcast. That's a strange breakfast, though.
I got a message from Phoenix. She was listening to the break. She's like, "That was a funny break. You should talk about Kyle's tattoo." And I was like, "Okay." So we're a very good friend of mine, Kyle.
Hey, we're funny.
Yeah, we're funny. Yeah. According to the people that love us most.
I'll take it.
I'll take that any day of the week. But my friend Kyle, who we're going to Ireland and Scotland with later this year. We've been on a few vacations with him. I've known him since he was like 18 and I was like 23 or something. I think. Anyway, we've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
And he's got some tattoos, and he got one of his wife, who he calls his monkey, which is adorable.
His monkey?
Yeah, so he got this monkey. He designed this monkey to go on his chest. And like the artist, the artist just kind of went with it and just kind of did their own interpretation of it. And it came out
not supposed to
just awful. It looked like I can't even describe it. It looked like it was out of some sort of fever DMT nightmare.
Ooh.
Now, if you don't know what DMT is, look it up. And so he had to get the whole thing covered up. He had like 2 sessions on the original tattoo and then another 3 to get it covered up. So what was like I think it was like a $400 or $500 tattoo turned into like a $1,700.
Oh my
tattoo.
God.
And it looks fine.
So
now.
Did he get it? Did he get it like just fixed or like covered up with something else?
No, covered up like it fixed, but like basically redid the entire thing.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was. Do you have any? You got any bad tattoo stories? Your tattoos are actually really good. Like your Bobo is really well done.
Yeah. Well, there actually was, I guess, as far as tattoos go, a bit of a complication with that one.
Was it hepatitis?
I kind of thought it was at first. Oddly enough, as bad as that sounds.
Here I was making a lighthearted joke about a terrible liver disease.
No, I had no idea what was going on with it because about 2 weeks. So we were in the middle of our trip when I got this tattoo.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of like carrying the backpack and that, and this is
it was rubbing on you.
Yeah, and so this is on my inner bicep.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of potential like rubbing against it and scraping against it, and there was a couple times I woke up in the middle of the night and had to unstick my arm from my chest. I was like, that's not going to help the healing process. And there's actually like a couple like little marks, like you don't really notice them when you glance at it, but if you like really look at it, there's a couple little marks where you're like, oh yeah, that might have been a bit of skin pulled off there.
Yeah.
So it was a tough spot to like nurture, to baby afterwards to let it heal. But the weirdest thing, so about 2.5 weeks after I got it, I noticed it looked like there was still bruising around it. And I mean, I bruise easily. So
like a peach.
Like a peach, like a banana. So I was going to give it as much time as possible before panicking. But then, about 2.5-3 weeks went by, and I was like, okay, this is not a bruise anywhere. Like it
my arm is numb.
Yeah, man. It's not getting any smaller. It's not changing color. It's still this weird like blue color. And I started to get a little bit concerned. And so Nicole is much more experienced with tattoos than I am. She has a bunch of them.
Love her tattoos.
Yeah, she's I love her tattoos so much. And yeah, so she knows a lot about it. Her dad, has a bunch. It runs in the family. Her dad has a bunch of tattoos. So yeah, they're really into the culture of it. And so, but so this, she had no idea what it was. She had never seen anything like this before. So like, oh God,
oh, no.
Here we go. So
we have no travel insurance.
Well. No, we did, luckily.
Oh, good.
But so we Googled it, basically just said like bruising around tattoo for, weeks after, or like bluish around tattoo. And what we discovered was it was this thing called ink blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
which
heard of this.
Is, and it's not super common.
No.
I was kind of a perfect storm for it to happen, it turns out.
Yeah.
Pale skin.
Yeah.
The spot where I got it, and the color of the ink, those all kind of factored in and made it a possibility that this was going to happen. Also, apparently, it can happen if your tattoo artist is particularly heavy-handed.
Okay, that makes sense. So they go a little too deep or something? And
or they press a little too hard. I'm not quite sure about the specifics.
Does the ink get into the capillaries or something? Just kind of go, like washes out?
I get the sense that it just kind of is like an unfocused ejection of the ink, and it just kind of seeps a little bit elsewhere in the skin. So my Bobo tattoo, there's like this little like halo of light blue.
Oh, that's nice though.
But it's not around his head, like looking like an angel.
No, but it's almost as if you're looking at him through a window in the winter.
Kind of.
Like he is in the show.
It also just kind of looks like a butt halo a little bit. Luckily, it's very light. You can only really notice it if it's in like a certain light, but sometimes it kind of stands out. But yeah, so we discovered that, this was what happened. I had ink blowout, and I was like, oh, great, my second tattoo. And I've had this rare, unfortunate thing, but I mean, like, and so when we Googled it and Google imaged ink blowout, there are some horrific examples on it. And when I saw those, I was like, okay, this is not bad at all.
Are you going to get it touched up?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not in any particular hurry or rush to do it. It doesn't like bother me at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it kind of just makes for, again, another kind of fun story.
And not many people see it, really.
Exactly.
Unless you're like hanging out on your bed and your arms are behind your head and you're just like hanging out and like, oh, hey, what's going on? Did you see you there? Oh, that's my Bobo.
Oh, that's my Bobo.
That's my Bobo. He's got a butt halo.
Wanted me to make him dance. I gotta have biceps for that.
Again, the visual jokes on radio. Perfect. Perfect.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey,
It was early. What do you want from us?
NTV, which most of you know, Newfoundland Television, is in town or was in town to do a documentary on the Rock in the north. Because as we know, Yellowknife has a pretty big Newfoundlanders population, pretty big East Coasters population.
Yeah.
And they came up to feature some local Newfoundlanders who were making it work up here, including council person Steve Payne, and focusing on his business and what he's doing. But you can check that out on their page, ntv.ca. There's been a couple of posts from locals around. It looks pretty cool. That's kind of cool that they came up here to focus on Newfoundlanders who are making it work up here.
Is it just like a one-off documentary, or are they doing
there's
a series?
Part 2 just came out a couple days ago, so it looks like it's going to be a few parts. I'm just trying to figure out how many parts it's going to be.
Okay.
But yeah, they've done a few interviews and things like that. I'm not sure. Here we go. Yeah, so it's going to be. There's been 2 parts so far. And they've kind of focused on everything from diamonds to aviation to mining, all these things. So it's just kind of plucking people out of Yellowknife who are from the East Coast and saying, what, why are you here?
Seems like it's...
Why'd you stay here?
Yeah.
Why'd you choose the North to stay? And that's not... I'm saying as in like, why? Like, that's the question that most people get when you tell them where you're from. You're like, why? Why do you live there?
That's usually a common question in Jim Taylor's Northeast.
That's right.
Which, of course, if you've listened, you know he always has a featured guest who has some kind of East Coast connection. Usually, they were born in the East Coast. Had a guest on recently. I'm not going to say who. Fake East Coaster.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, I'm not going to say who.
Oh, did you say that?
I'll say who. It already aired.
Who is it?
Yeah, it's Richard McIntosh.
Where's he from?
Somewhere in Ontario. But he moved to Cape Breton, lived in Cape Breton for quite a while, I guess, and I think met his wife in Cape Breton.
Okay.
So yeah, he definitely had some solid roots on the East Coast, but you should have seen Jim's face when he discovered he was not actually born on the East Coast. Oh.
Did he tell him where to go?
Oh, I thought he was going to flip the board.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like, well, that's the end of Studio One. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Oh man, yeah. So that's very cool. They've part 2 just got put up yesterday or 2 days ago. So you can check it out on Facebook, but also on ntv.ca.
Okay.
Newfoundlanders obviously a huge part of this community and have been for quite some time.
You obviously born and raised here.
I was born and raised here, and most of my best friends were Newfies when I was growing up.
Oh, really? So,
that's right.
I was kind of wondering, how long the East Coast community has been what it is, now.
Years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
Decades.
Generations ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I mean, it's before my time.
Yeah.
Before my time. And one of my best friends growing up, Greg Short, was from Stephenville.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So,
I've heard. I've never been to Newfoundland. That's one of the Newfoundland and Labrador is one of the few provinces that I still have not visited in our vast country.
That's right. I haven't been to the East Coast at all.
Oh, really? Nowhere on the East Coast.
Nowhere on the East Coast.
Oh,
haven't been further east than Montreal.
Quebec's another one I haven't been to.
You're fine.
Well, I want to go see Montreal.
No, Montreal is a beautiful, beautiful city. But this summer, coming back from the trip, we got to about 10 hours to Halifax. So,
okay,
get out of the airport, go get drunk in front of the ocean. It'll be great. It'll be great.
There you go. But I've heard a lot of Newfies in particular, the North. And
Whoa!
Really,
you're not allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say Newfie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that
some Newfies are fine? Other Newfoundlanders are not so great.
Only Newfies are allowed to say. Sorry, I said it again.
Some of my best friends are Newfies. I'm allowed to say it.
Okay, well, I haven't figured out the intricacies around that yet, but perhaps Jim Taylor can help me in the future.
I think Newfies is fine.
Okay,
I think it's okay.
Okay,
just not in a derogatory way.
Don't want to offend any Newfies.
That's right,
because they're scary sometimes.
Don't offend anybody. Don't say they're scary sometimes. Good Lord. No, that's a very cool. It's just very cool that they've decided to do a documentary.
Yeah, seems overdue.
A little
but
bit.
Better late than never.
Yeah,
NTV.
That's right. Well,
right.
NTV.
Getting sassy in here.
But NTV's been on the cable package even before like satellite TV came in. They've been on the cable package for years.
Yeah.
here in the North, and MTV always played great reruns of The Simpsons, and they play good movies.
That's a channel that's got an interesting history.
Oh my goodness!
Sure.
And when they do their station IDs, and they'd have that song from Newfoundland, from coast to coast, it's MTV, and it's wonderful.
And they used to have like really. I don't actually remember seeing this, but I remember reading an article that there used to be like really like psychedelic cartoons.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They would play that old show. They would play Dr. Frankenstein's whatever. Do you remember that show?
House
where there was
of,
like House of
Fun
House
or
of
whatever.
Frankenstein. So there was like a Dracula, and then there was a Frankenstein, but in the middle of it there would be that science lecturer, that university professor who would do science stuff, and he was just the kookiest guy, and I can't remember his name. You totally reminded me of that. They'd have these super odd station IDs.
I know it's
where
not
MTV
this,
would
but
float through this crazy like collage of psychedelic colors. It's like, what is going on here?
I know it's not this, but all I could think of is Dr. Steve Brule when you were talking about.
Oh, that's exactly what that guy's like. I swear to God.
Out.
Yeah, John C. Reilly pulls some inspiration from that guy for Dr. Steve.
All right.
I swear to God. It's the hair at least. At the very least. He's so good. So,
it might be a YouTube hole to go down, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I could do that this weekend. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
All right. The Rock in the North, Part 2, came out a couple days ago. ntv.ca to check that out if you'd like to know about Newfoundlanders here in Yellowknife and how they're making it work.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
This is actually pretty cool. You brought this up, but I saw this morning when I was reading during my morning routine. Where do you do most of your reading? Never mind. Don't worry about it. And this is something that was at the Youth Olympics in Rio.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
In 2016.
Let me bring that article back.
Or was it 2018? Was it 2018? No, 2016 was the Olympics in Rio.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, 2018 Youth Olympics.
Oh,
yeah.
2018 Youth Olympics. Pardon me. And they brought in breakdancing.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculously cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
So they're lobbying for that for the 2026 games. Is that right?
So it's being lobbied right now for the 2024 games.
Oh, the summer games
in Paris.
Okay,
yeah,
that's amazing.
It's among apparently 4 sports that organizers are proposing to the IOC.
Tell me the others.
As well as surfing,
yes,
climbing,
I'll do it,
and skateboarding.
I like it.
Yeah.
See, why isn't skateboarding? Skateboarding,
really?
The X Games has been around for so long, and it's proven itself to be an amazing sport.
Yep.
Why isn't it in the Olympics?
Well, and I mean, Winter Olympics, snowboarding.
Yeah.
There's several different iterations of snowboarding sports. It is the winter equivalent of skateboarding. So, yeah, why?
I don't know that skateboarders would like you saying that, but yes.
Well, I mean, come on now. You're on a board, sliding around.
That's right. And they're all 9. It's fine.
But skateboarding's been around a lot longer than snowboarding.
Absolutely. Even. Well, has it?
I think so.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Prove me wrong, children.
Prove me wrong, children. Prove me wrong, fellow kids. No, that's very cool. Those 4 sports I can get behind. But you found out some other sports that have been trying to get in. So a lot of people don't know this. In the early 19th century, last century, that tug of war was an Olympic sport.
I did not
know
that.
Tug of war was an Olympic sport.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you mentioned a few that have been trying to get into the Olympics, but have yet to do.
Yeah. So
one of them is legit and should probably be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Which is squash.
Try to guess which one.
Yeah. List them all. We'll try to guess.
Squash apparently, and I didn't know this, apparently unsuccessfully campaigned for inclusion in the Paris Games.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when that happened, but I guess it's already been decided that squash is out.
I don't
it's not going to be part
squash
of the 2024 games.
Squash is a great game.
Yes, well, and I mean, it takes a lot of athletic ability.
Absolutely.
Like if you watch 2 people who know what they're doing on a squash court, it's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it's always disappointing watching 2 people try to like cook a meal on a squash court. These people don't know what they're doing.
Surprisingly, that has been stricken from the campaign.
I got my bat. I got my glove. Let's play squash.
Now, the other 2 games that have apparently already unsuccessfully campaigned for inclusion in the Paris Games in 2024 are billiard sports.
Billiard sports like snooker.
Yeah.
And billiards like 8-ball.
Pool-related games.
Yeah, so no, I could see that. That's like having darts in there. Although there's some dart purists out there that say darts is absolutely, it's so huge in
It is.
England, and like that's about it.
Oh yeah, if you watch darts
It's
on
nuts.
ESPN,
Yeah.
it's like watching Monday Night Raw, WWE. The crowd is just insane.
Do you feel like some of these sports are like, listen, it's not that we don't think your thing doesn't take skill. And this is me speaking from my perspective,
right,
within my body, knowing exactly what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's possible that the Olympics are like, you know what, we've seen the top people in your sport. No. We want people to strive for athletic excellence. Perhaps no.
Perhaps no.
Perhaps not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what goes into...
That's not me saying that.
That's not you saying.
That's the Olympics saying.
Ah, yes.
Blame the Olympics.
Well, always blame the Olympics.
Absolutely.
They can take it.
They can.
And the other one that unsuccessfully campaigned is chess.
Yeah, I can see that. Chess, that's not a sport. I mean, it's not that it doesn't take immense amounts of skill and all that and mental fortitude, but it's not a sport.
No, and I don't think anyone's questioning that chess is a game.
Oh, I bet there are. Not a game of skill. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's questioning that. I don't know how to play chess because I'm too dumb to learn.
You're not too dumb.
Well, I'm too impatient to learn.
Okay,
all right.
You're too dumb.
Okay, you're too dumb. Take it back. Billiards as well. I mean, again, no one's denying there is an immense amount of skill in being a top billiards player.
Oh, I'm denying it.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah. Because
Okay.
I'm one of those people that's like super good at pool, like 3 pops deep. Like between 3 and 4 pops, I'm like, I am just raking it out here.
You play like twice a year. You sink like your first couple shots. You're like, man,
boom,
still got it.
Boom,
the champ is back, everybody.
They don't call me Yellowknife Fats because I'm morbidly obese.
But for one, I can't see chess unless you are really into chess, and a lot of people are. But it is very niche.
If it was like speed chess and like the guys were playing like multiple games at once, I suppose
that would make it marginally more exciting.
Yeah. Maybe they play it underwater and they have to hold their breath and there's a shark.
Oh,
yeah, just like surfing.
Okay,
that's gonna make there's a shark round.
A few different elements there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta have a few different elements.
You gotta have a little sense of danger in that game of chess. Okay, I get it.
Breakdancing, that makes sense to me.
Breakdancing, yeah, makes total sense. All of those ones that are campaigning, yeah.
Because ballroom dancing has been in the Olympics, right?
Yes.
Rhythmic dancing, although rhythmic gymnastics
is ballroom dancing?
Ballroom dancing has been in the Olympics, or at least it was a demonstration sport at one point.
Okay.
Ice dancing, obviously, that's a bit more involved, but like breakdancing is incredibly athletic.
Oh yeah,
and incredibly complex.
Yeah,
and it's that would be pretty cool. And I mean, just to watch like every country send in their best breakdancer, that'd be pretty amazing.
Well, and for me, that's the difference between breakdancing being an Olympic sport and something like chess being an Olympic sport, where it's like you don't even really have to know anything about breakdancing to appreciate what you're watching and what's being.
If you were watching a sport, if you were watching chess, and they were like, kings to pawns rook 4, that's going to put Canada in an awkward position. You'd be like, really? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Does hitting the clock make a huge difference?
When does the cycling event start?
You know what? I'm going to switch over to the 50-mile marathon walk. That one's pretty good. But yeah,
when's long jump on?
Fully in support of breakdancing at the Olympics.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that would be a lot of fun, and I hope these campaign of the other 3 that are campaigning. I feel like climbing probably has the smallest chance.
Like do you do a speed thing or is it like complexity or
I feel like there's a little maybe too much going on there to make that like an Olympic sport. But skateboarding and surfing, absolutely.
Well, you just alienated Cabin Radio from all the climbers in Yellowknife. Thank you.
We love the climbing club.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And the chess club is raging, raging.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.